Welcome everybody to episode 36 of the effing title, and as you can see, it's all new, it's all different, it's all everything because it's motherfucking mock draft day. Today we have FFEJ and Scratchy with us. It doesn't say that on the screen anywhere, but they're here. Guys, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing
Thank you for asking.
phenomenal, Rob. I don't appreciate you talking over me. You know I always talk second. You know, you're the Rock. You go last. You should know that. I just did want to point out the fact that we're actually on episode 63. Everyone.
Yeah.
Not 36, as my predecessor mentioned.
I said 36.
So I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I could have heard it wrong.
Fucking who the fuck knows this week, right? Are we in circle? I don't fucking know.
This is we've been doing football the last couple weeks here, but I'm ready to get in some actual football. Can't wait for the draft Thursday here. It's gonna be a big week. Ready to roll.
All right. So the way this is gonna work is because I don't have a timer thing set up for the stream. How long do you want per pick? How long do we want?
13 seconds.
Rob, how long do you want?
You get as many seconds as the number pick it is.
I love it.
All right, so I'm gonna go with 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
That's the time limit.
Right?
That better include your reason.
Well, yeah, no. So for instance, right? I picked number 1, so I give my reasonings for 1, and me and you, Rob, we talk about that, and then Jeff picks it 2. So during us talking, then that's when Jeff gets to think about 2.
Okay, yeah.
That sort of thing.
That's how it was. I remember it now.
Yeah. So
I understand now.
We go 3. Fuck it. So as you guys can see from the colorful board here, I am selecting pink, Jeff is selecting blue, and Scratchy is selecting green. We each have
numbers.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, I'm gonna fucking
because the first 2 titles are green, so I'm not picking those.
No, I seriously thought that's how it was. Not even to mess with Rob. Like when you sent this over first, I'm like, there's so many colors.
You saw it.
My brain immediately went, so who's picking black?
Yeah, right. Well, I would have thought that you guys were like, there's no fucking pink on the board. What the fuck?
Yeah, right? Exactly. I'm like, there's got to be something. And then I finally clicked into the image, and it popped up. I'm like, oh, I could see the numbers now. Now I know what he's talking about.
So we're all going to be picking basically around the same. I think it's 11, 11, 10 is the way it finally works out in the end. I think it's Scratchy that doesn't have. I think Scratchy's one that's 10, because we don't trust him.
Because the Chiefs are dumbasses.
Well, yeah, I mean that made my life really easy with Baltimore and now getting 2 picks. Don't have to worry about fucking worrying about the Chiefs. But anyways, so that's the way that this is going on. It's mock draft time. I am officially going on the board and I'm officially drafting immediately. We are taking, if I can get this to fucking work.
Well, you should wait for some trade-ins offers or something, man. You can't just take your pick right off the get-go.
Oh, that's the other thing. There's no trades. Trevor Lawrence was off the board. Jeff, you were on the board with the New York Jets. Trevor Lawrence is no fucking brainer. I take the best quarterback on the board, best player in the draft. There is I can't even make an argument. Me and Jeff talked about this in one of the other ones. We physically were trying to find a way to make an argument for someone else being the best. We thought last year you could basically make an argument for Chase Young being the number 1 pick.
There's someone else
over
on
Burrows.
The podium because you said there's no trades, but we can make this trade because this team does not have a pick. Okay? So we're going to trade out of the Jets at number 2.
No, the Jets pick at number 2.
Jets are going to trade out, and just listen, okay? Jets are going to trade out at number 2.
So in the fantasy world, Jets trading out.
Trade out at number 2 with the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks will be taking Zach Wilson, quarterback, BYU. Either way, Zach Wilson's getting picked here. I really want it to happen with, like I said, with not with the Jets, and I want it to happen with the Seahawks because I think the Seahawks are fed up with paying people, and they need more draft picks over there. So they need a better offensive line, and honestly, a younger guy that actually wants to run around. And Russell Wilson doesn't want that anymore.
So what? Are they sending Russell? Are they sending Russ over for the number 2 pick?
They're sending Russell Wilson for the number 2 pick. It's just been. They're gonna have to add some more stuff in there in a realistic trade here, but that's essentially what I'm trading. That's what I am.
That's what
in
in trade world when we can do trades, That's
yeah,
what we're doing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But either way, they should do it. I
All
mean,
right, Rob, you're on the board. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I think either way, it's going to be, it's one of those things. Do you get an old veteran or do you get the young guy and hope to God that he can be the franchise, right? The franchise player sort of thing.
I agree, and that's my thing with the Jets. I think that they have a better offensive line, so I think Russell would actually like to go there. Pete Carroll and that team up there in the where are they? Northwest over there. They decide that they never want to never want to pay O linemen, so they're always drafting and keeping young guys around. And honestly, that's an issue, and eventually it's going to keep hurting Russell, and that's why he's going to run around and try to save his life. But
And a very under just kind of random thing that I thought about as well. Name the last good rookie quarterback that was in the Jets. It was
Geno Smith, one with good old Rexy.
Well, I was going to say, it's Sanchez, right? Like,
oh yeah, Sanchez too, yeah.
Right, but and that was just because they had a good defense and a run game.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the key to honestly winning with any.
Most young quarterbacks that go to the Jets don't do well, and there's the pressure of being in that fucking being there. They've said that before.
Am I supposed to make the sound when my pick's in?
Hey,
sure, why not?
No, but
okay.
I agree though.
I could have done this 30 seconds ago.
All right, so the San Francisco 49ers are on the board. This is where things get interesting.
With the third overall pick, the 49ers select Justin Fields, QB, Ohio State. Do I think they should do this? Absolutely not. I think this is a very dumb move. But I do believe that Kyle Shanahan wants a quarterback that's mobile, that can run around, that can do some things with his feet, and this is probably the best mobile QB you can get on this draft. So I think that is the direction they're going to go here.
I agree with you there, actually. I think that's the way that they're going to go. I don't think Mac Jones is the pick here, as a lot of people actually are, well, from what I've been seeing.
There's a lot of things I've heard that the Mac Jones thing is so that the Jets don't pull a fastball on them and draft Justin Fields, because the Jets coaches are disciples of Kyle Shanahan. So if they know that he loves Justin Fields, there's a chance that they cool on Zach Wilson and they look more toward Justin Fields. And I think it's smart. I mean, a lot of teams do this. A lot of teams hype up other quarterbacks to try and get other teams interested, to manipulate trades and things like that.
I was going to say manipulate trades is honestly the big one. Yeah, that's trying to get them move up in drafts, and just it makes sense. I mean, as far as from a standpoint like that, but
it doesn't mean, like, you think about the Niners. They probably moved up because they had the idea of who they wanted, but now the question is like, do they really still have that idea?
I mean, I still truly believe, and we'll kind of the rabbit hole will open up once the first round is over, but I still do believe that the reason they traded up, the 49ers that is traded up, is because they fully expect to make a trade where they will gain some of the draft picks back that they sent when they trade Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think Justin Fields will be your day one starter.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely see that happening. I mean, that's, I mean, the thing is, obviously, if you're, I don't see him keeping, like, they've been saying that they're not against keeping him, and Jimmy.
It's a lot of money for a backup QB.
Well, exactly, and they're not going to do it. I mean, the thing is, you can do it because you have a rookie quarterback. You can, as far as contract wise, you're able to do that, so it's not really an issue.
You can definitely do it for 1 year.
Yeah, I just don't see him doing it.
What
we got?
All right, with the fourth pick, the Atlanta Falcons will most likely trade out. It's the first thing I want to fucking say. They'll most likely trade out. After looking at the roster and our board, the Atlanta Falcons are now going to select Mac Jones, quarterback from Alabama.
Interesting.
I agree. Yeah, that's what I was thinking there. Interesting. I want to hear his thoughts on this.
So after looking at what, like, roster-wise, what there is and everything, there's only Matt Ryan.
Who just restructured his deal, though.
Yes, but it's still only Matt Ryan. He's getting old. He's getting up there in years. The other person I was looking at was Kyle Pitts, obviously, to give another weapon to the offense. However, Hayden Hurst had a decent season. You still have Calvin Ridley. You still have Julio. This is more of a getting the quarterback for the future. Mind you, it is at 4, which is uncomfortable. But that's more of my thought process here is we're getting the future now while we can, while we're in the position to. And like I said, it was between him and Kyle Pitts, and in the end, I'm looking long term, and I think that they're either going to go Mac Jones or Trey Lance, and at this point, I'm going Mac Jones.
Okay. I don't know why
I get it.
why you don't like my boy Trey, but
Well, no, I
I
like Trey, but I have Mac above Trey. Therefore, I take Mac. Like, that's my thing. Oh, all right, here we go. The Cincinnati Bengals
Reuniting with their boy Jamar Chase, LSU.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I like it.
Why is that? I know you don't like
Dolphins are on the board.
It really depends on who you think
Here.
is the best cornerback or receiver in the draft. And I like their. Colin and I have talked about this. Obviously, I like their connectivity with those two, that they already have, and I also think that it's a great factor that he's produced already with being the number 1 or target over there.
Like you just said, you and me have talked about this before, where getting that relationship in college is so huge. It's kind of unreal that you don't see a lot more professional guys, these professional organizations try and go and get players that have already had that connection. So then they don't have to develop it. They don't have to take the time. It's already fucking there. Now it's just on another level. And I like this. As a Ravens fan, I don't, but
yeah, I see. My issue here is, Rob, before you go, sorry, real quick, is they have so many other things that they need to take care of. You need to protect Joe, and that's my big issue. But I just, at a position where they've already connected, like I said, they've already connected so well, it's just hard for me to justify them passing on him. It's tough, and honestly, they should go with the dude from the Ducks there, but this is my thought now. So
fair enough. All right, Rob.
Sorry, Rob, go.
All right, so real quick, if the draft does fall this way, I do think the Dolphins will trade back if Jamar Chase is not on the board. I think that's who they're targeting. But if Jamar Chase falls to them, I think they would take him. Otherwise, I think they'll trade back. But in this situation, I think the best move for them with this 6th spot is to get the best player available, and that is offensive tackle Penei Sewell, Oregon.
All right, I like it.
It's not, again, they need a receiver and they need to address it, but they do have another pick later in the 1st round that they can use to
address that. Yeah.
That need, which is one of the reasons why I think they might trade back and try and get some more. Or if they really want Penei Sewell and they think the Bengals are going to go after him, they might trade up and trade 6 and 18. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins and Bengals look at switching picks, and so that the Bengals can get number 5 or number 6 and 18, and the Dolphins can draft Jamar Chase at 5 because they need a weapon.
You know, I don't think's talked about enough right here, though, Rob. And you guys can shoot me down real quick. I don't really care. Is Jared Goff really the option? Do they really think they want to stick with Jared Goff? He had weapons and a phenomenal offensive mind. Yes.
So you're skipping up a pick?
Oh, no, you just said. You said Dolphins. Wow.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Sorry. Wow.
No.
Wow.
I do agree with you.
Yeah, I do agree with you too.
I thought you said wow. I lost it there.
No,
Sorry.
I do think for 1 year they are going to stick with Tua. They're going to ride and die with Tua this year, and if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, if it doesn't, most likely they're going to be right back here at a number 6 pick, somewhere along that lines, and they'll be picking a QB of the future, or they'll be trying to get Matt Ryan next year if the Falcons trade for a QB.
That's even same point to them though. Do you think that he has enough weapons around him to be successful?
That's the big question. That's why I think they want Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I mean,
Done
why would you go something like Waddle or Smith or guys that can get in and out of their breaks quick and give them quick options with sure-handed guys that can essentially hide a bad.
They have a slot receiver. They've got what's his face, Parker, right?
Devontae Parker is not a slot receiver, and I don't like him. And if he's healthy, he's fine. But I mean,
they had him playing. They had him playing the slot last year a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's kind of a do-it-all type thing. They kind of use it the same way they, had a guy.
Don't get me wrong. Sorry, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins went with an Alabama connection. They obviously do also need a corner and they need a receiver. So they could easily go. They could be that team that takes one of the Bama receivers or takes Surtain. But
I'm just saying you can make the same argument that I made with taking LSU guy and Jamar Chase, taking a Bama guy and Devonta Smith who he caught the. Did he? Was he the one that had the one catch in the one national championship game, right?
Smith had the overtime touchdown against Georgia, which was Tua's shining moment.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I got. Oh, sorry, Colin, go ahead.
All right, so I have the stupid thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to say the actual thing. So my first original thought was, let's just fucking draft Kyle Pitts, moving to wide receiver. Instead, we're getting Jalen Waddle, wide receiver.
Kyle Pitts? I want him instead.
Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama. No, the only thing I was thinking about was, big ass fucking receiver. Because let's be honest, Kyle Pitts is a receiver. But the Lions need some sort of offensive weapon here. Waddle, I think, is the next best. I think Smith will eventually be the best, but I think Waddle right now is better. Like I said, they need a weapon. They need obviously. I feel like anyone that needs a wide receiver right now wants Jamar Chase. Right, I think Waddle was the next best choice.
Okay. I can
That's fair.
can agree with you there. That's
like I said. The only reason why I was thinking Kyle Pitts was because every time I look at his numbers, it's very Calvin-esque. Height, size, weight, arm stretch, all of that. It isn't. I know, but that's what I see, and I'm sitting and I'm like, could it could it? Could it potentially, that sort of thing? Sorry, Jeff's on the board with the Panthers.
So the only thing, so again, I know you're saying Kyle Pitts is a receiver, but he falls along the lines of Jeff. Help me out. The Dolphins tight end from Penn State. What's his actual name?
Gesicki. Mike
He falls along
Gesicki.
that line. But again, I know I hate the comparison. Don't think of him as a person. Think of him as a player. He's a very Aaron Hernandez-esque. He can run block. He can catch. He's not going to be a ground and pound tight end or anything. But don't limit the fact that because he caught a lot of passes that he's just a receiver.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said,
which the reason it's up for discussion is because remember they did just draft T.J. Hawkinson from Iowa.
Yep.
Now,
that was the immediate. That was my immediate first thought as well. I was could have a 2 tight end set and just kind of, works with what golf would want to do, But then I'm sitting there and I was like, I honestly don't know who the fuck they have on the outside. So
some guy named Steve.
Okay.
Steve?
Hopefully Steve does well. Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Not Steve, right? Steve.
Yeah. So do. I don't think this team and the Carolina Panthers stick with this pick, especially with the way things just fell. I could see them going Kyle. And I don't know if I want to. This gonna be what?
Who's Kyle?
Kyle.
Fireball.
Fireball. That's where Josh Allen's from, right?
Fireball. Yeah.
Fireball.
Did you mean when you said Kyle? Did you mean Kyle Pitts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with him.
Okay.
Just to give their new quarterback in Sam Darnold a nice weapon. I think that's the key, is giving him weapons to work around. I don't think the Jets did that, and that was honestly their biggest mistake.
Agreed.
And I think Matt Rule is going to change that. I think Sam can be a good good serviceable quarterback for sure. To wait to see what type of level he actually ends up going to. But he's definitely got the potential to be, and I think, like I said, bringing in weapons around him is going to be a big step in that direction. And I think that's going to be the first one in getting an athletic, awesome tight end in Pitts. So
Good.
I'm going to stick with it and go with him.
I dig it.
Didn't Colin just draft Kyle Pitts?
No, I drafted Waddle.
No, Kyle. Yeah, he go in Waddle. Yeah.
I was thinking about going with Pitts, but then in the long run, I'm going with the true receiver.
Yeah. Okay. No, I can.
Honestly, that's what took me a little bit, because I went and looked at the thing. I'm like, did he say he actually took Pitts? What did he say he's doing? I
was saying that like dumb me wants to take him, but. I went Waddle instead. So Rob's on with Denver. All right, here we go.
Already got it in, huh?
Oh yeah, this one's easy. So everyone on draft day is going to be talking about how everyone needs to go and pick. Denver needs a QB and all this stuff. John Elway is obsessed and loves Drew Lock. He's not drafting a QB, especially not in the first round, to put more pressure on him. I would not be surprised at all. Okay, I think they are going to go offensive line in a big way. I think they're going to go with Rashawn Slater from Northwestern.
All right. Why? That's all you guys. They need offensive
First
line
off,
in a big way.
I just want to say I love it. I love the pick. Oh, so now I got to figure out how to.
So, the big reason for it is because they have the weapons on offense. They have the skill players. What they don't have is an offensive line that can keep Drew Lock upright. And the Broncos, they want to run that wide zone stuff. They still live in that whole run the football, set up the play action that they were doing with Peyton Manning and that they did with Elway back in the day. And that starts with the offensive line. They've got the tight ends. They've got the receivers. They have the running back. They've got a QB who can do well in this system. They don't have an offensive line a big name offensive line that can sit there and go, you have to go and protect against so-and-so and shut him down. You know what I mean? And they need that. That's what they're missing.
Guys, honestly, I'm just really upset because that's what I had my next pick in. But we can go there another day.
Da-da-da.
What do you got?
All right, Dallas Cowboys are the worst defensive fucking team in football, so we're going after Patrick Surtain.
Yep, that's how
the second cornerback from Alabama. I mean, I don't even think I need to, this is almost like a Trevor Lawrence fucking thing. We need the best fucking defensive player that we can get. That defense is fucking atrocious. Did not play well together. They're all playing as individuals. I remember when I forgot which analyst it was say that. As soon as they said that, immediately that's all I was seeing. Surtain's going to help them in a big way, corner. The only other thing, really you can't do it. Because honestly, best one of the better defensive players in this draft, right, is Micah Parsons. They already have fucking how many fucking linebackers? Kind of feel like this is a no hit,
Just a reminder, they have a lot of linebackers. A, none of them stay healthy, and B, pretty sure we all saw what Van Der Esch did against the Ravens when he ran the wrong way.
Yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed it when he did that. All right, Jeff, what you got?
No, so this one is an interesting one for me. Like I said, I was originally going with offensive line here, but since my boy Slater just got picked up, thank you, Rob, appreciate you. We're actually going to stay the same side of the ball, switch it up a little bit, and go with
I think I know
Alabama receiver.
Yep.
Devonta Smith. Team him up.
I've actually been seeing this a lot more. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I want to team him up with Kenny Galladay, Gettleman, and that team obviously thinks that Daniel Jones is potentially the answer. I'm still out on that. Still a huge turnover machine. I don't really know if that really helps with having more offensive weapons and likely passing the ball more. They are getting, obviously. Saquon back next year. Come back, we'll see how he recovers. But I think that's going to be a huge step. And now that's the big thing is with these younger quarterbacks, people want to build around them quickly so they can find out if you can't do it with these guys, you can't do it. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. So I think Devonta Smith's going to add a nice thing. And it's also going to make him come in. And, oh, my goodness. Sorry, guys. Make him come in and not be the number one guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He won't have that pressure on him.
Exactly. He won't have that pressure on him right from the get-go,
I've actually been seeing a little bit. I've been seeing a little bit more of that pick, actually.
Back receiver, I mean, wow.
All right, Philly, what do we got?
So first
Philly?
Yeah.
Pretty upset you just did that pick because that's who I had the Eagles getting. To reunite Jalen Hurts with...
Oh, Devonta Smith, that's awesome.
I love it.
So I have to regroup after that one. I won't lie to you, another situation where I think a team might move up right there.
Mm-hmm.
They might want some candy, but just another situation there. But I do think they'll regroup there. They'll go and get a corner. And I think they're going to get the South Carolina corner, J.C.
Ooh, okay.
I love the
by
pick.
far the most physical corner in the entire draft, and will be really good in that secondary, seeing as they don't have any. So,
seeing as they just don't have one. My only issue with this pick is that they're going to go with Trey Lance if he falls this far because you messed up on one already, so why not try another? Is the way I want to look at it. And two rookie quarterbacks coming in and competing.
Well, it doesn't matter. They already have the starting quarterback. It's Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, exactly, right? Yeah.
I really think that they are going to ride with Jalen Hurts. You know how Eagles fans are, and that owner and GM are not going to be able to just rest on. Jalen Hurts came in there and was close to bringing them to a playoff run, so they I don't think they are going to deviate too much from.
I don't think was him Jim Laurie. I don't think he gives. Personally, I don't think he cares at all.
This chance.
We'll find out, but I just don't think he does. I mean, honestly, but
I'm going to run this timer all the way fucking down.
All right, sorry, you're going to run it all the way.
I'm going to run it all the way fucking down. Yeah, for this one.
Oh man, I love it. Well, I don't know what else we're going to talk about. Then we're done.
I'm at the Chargers.
Pack it up, ship it down, guys. We're done.
Why would you run this all the way down?
You protect the franchise investment you got there.
Yeah,
that's the problem. I don't fucking have anyone that I can do that with because I ain't picking I ain't picking Darisaw.
That's why I honestly, I know how much you don't like him, but that's honestly where a lot of people are going with him. But I agree. I agree that yes, you should stay away from him. So I don't have an issue with this.
Why?
But yeah, I mean, the thing
he looks sloppy, Rob. He looks so sloppy.
Yeah, that's what his problem is, which I can understand. I mean, and I think you and me were comparing him to the dude that just got cut from. We said he could be. He has the potential to be great, but if he ends up going, like the guy Isaiah Wilson, there we go. This guy. Yeah. If he ends up going there, then we're screwed. You're screwed on that pick. So it's like, that's
this was the team that I thought was going to go get Orlando Brown first of all. Let me make that also Yeah, like I said, I thought this was the team that was going to trade and try to get Orlando Brown. I'm gonna go fucking Christian Darrisaw. I don't fucking like it.
The problem is with him, they have so much upside from him that I think I like it. With that because there's a lot of upside from it.
You know who you could go?
I want to say what you think, but there was one that I want to pull the trigger on this guy more than I do Darrisaw. Let me put it like that. The only reason why I'm going Darrisaw is to protect the investment, is to protect the kid.
Like I said, you could easily go Farley if you wanted. You just got to know he's got injury issues.
Well, I was gonna go the other one that I was gonna do real quick before we move on to the Vikings. I was gonna go Micah Parsons.
Could do that too.
That's what I was thinking about doing, but I just you gotta go OT. It's whichever one's fucking left at this point, really. Like I said, I would rather have Rashawn Slater. I think Rashawn Slater is fucking badass. Dude shut down fucking Chase Young. Darrisaw, I just think it looks so sloppy at points.
Yeah. I mean,
that's fair.
I agree with you there though, because I think the upside is there with him, and
yeah, if they get what he could, if they get what they could from him, it's gonna be fucking great for them.
He's the problem with Darrisaw. I think he's great in the run game. He's gonna struggle in the pass game at first. But
like I said, I 100%. I didn't even think the Chiefs would be looking to get Orlando Brown. I was 100% thinking it was going to be the Chargers the whole time.
Yeah, you gotta have something to trade.
No, that's the truth. Yeah, that's true. All right, Minnesota. What do we got here?
All right, Minnesota is going with kind of a do-it-all player up front, playing all over the defensive front, and Kwity Paye from Michigan.
This is another one I was thinking about, by the way, earlier.
I think that's a good position for them on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, obviously they're still stuck on Kirk Cousins, which I don't really care about. You already, you had two receivers for him.
It's his last year.
Exactly. Yes, it is your last year, but whatever. You'll find out. But the thing is, I mean, that's where they struggled last year. I mean, their offense was putting up points. Justin Jefferson came into his own. Obviously, Adam Thielen? There you go. They got good guys, and obviously Dalvin Cook. I think they're going to stay away from the offensive side of the ball. I would have gone offensive tackle there. I probably would have gone Darrisaw if he falls. But I just don't think it's worth passing over Rusher from Michigan here. So I think that's where we're gonna go, and we're gonna stick with it, guys.
All right, makes sense. All right, Rob, do I even need to put you on the clock for this with the fucking Patriots at 15? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a perfect fucking situation, right? Like,
actually, I mean, so yeah.
Or are you just gonna completely fuck up everything I just said?
Yeah. All right, well, so here's the thing. I think at this point, where everyone will want them to pick if the draft falls this way is everyone will want them to go after
Trey
Lance if he's available at this point. I don't think they're going after one of the top tier QBs.
Okay.
Really?
Everything that I've heard from reading and stuff like that is if they're going after a top tier QB, they will trade up to.
They would trade to go get him.
They will trade the spot that everyone's rumoring right now is they will trade to number 8, most likely to go get him.
Okay.
Or 7 or 8. So Detroit or Carolina.
What makes it? I mean, like the Mac Jones, like this right here. Like we've been saying this whole time. 3-4. This was set the draft. And I think that
the one that they're really interested in is not. It's Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Those are the two they want. If Justin Fields drops, they might trade up for him.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going QB. I think the more likely scenario is that they will trade down.
Okay.
To a later. Don't be surprised if they trade with one of those teams toward the bottom 5 or 6 picks. Maybe the Ravens, especially since they got 2 first rounders. Maybe trade up if the Ravens want someone up there. But I think Belichick's going to stick with what he's good at, which is drafting defensive players in the first round.
Here we go.
If you go back to his path, I mean, Richard Seymour's a hit, Vince Wilfork's a hit, Ty Warren's a hit. I mean, his worst draft pick on defense was Brandon Merriweather, who was a 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, right.
So now offensive players, completely different story. He's maybe hit on one of them in the first round, and that's debatable because he was better when he was with the Bills than when he was with the Patriots. That's Lawrence Maroney. So, I think here they're going to be looking to get a younger Dante Hightower, and that pick is Zaven Collins.
Oh, I fucking love it because I actually really like Zaven Collins. But now this is
real quick before
okay.
you talk about him. Before you talk about him, because I'm going off on another tangent here.
Yep. Go ahead.
No, so I said Mac Jones because that's where we had him going in Atlanta, and I've actually heard a lot of people talks about trading and seeing what the Patriots would have to give up to go up there, and you see kind of that same return that Julio brought, and I think honestly they would be absolutely
I'm gonna go grab water.
Dumbfounded to do that. You know what I mean? Like I just think that would be absolutely wild to trade that amount of draft capital, especially now, day and age to go up and get someone like that. Yeah, but that's why I was going from there. So sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. That's why I'm going Mac Jones, just because I.
You are all set. I'm with you there. Yeah, I think Zaven Collins, he's 6'5", 260, literally looks exactly like him, and he's a clutch play linebacker. Like he went out there and he made plays to help Tulsa be a top 25 team. He had picks that would end games and things like that to help them out. So I think he's a no-brainer for Bill Belichick. I think it's someone that he is able to plug and play right away.
Oh, you're talking about Collins still?
Yes.
The one thing that I would say that I do like about him is that there are some people saying he's more of an edge guy than a linebacker, and other guys saying he's more of a linebacker than an edge guy. So having that kind of can do everything in New England as well.
Yeah.
It's Arizona's pick. We're in.
Colin, real quick.
Yep.
There's a big husky blocking my thing. Are you moving that when you or no?
Yeah, your logo.
Yep.
Are you moving it?
Yes, it's got to move over to the other side. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure because I can see my top pick and I keep going back to it. So sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So obviously with the way things are falling right now, someone's probably calling up to try and get Trey Lance. Arizona's in a decent spot, I feel like, where they could do that as well.
The Raiders should.
Hey, real quick.
Yo.
So they said today on Fox Sports Radio, they interviewed some guy that works for the NFL Network or whatever, and he said right now GMs and owners have Trey Lance going in the 20s.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like already, I'm just looking at the board there, and yes. So now this is my next thing, okay? I want Micah Parsons here. There's a problem though.
You already have Isaiah Simmons.
We have no fucking corners. Literally, that was one of the things that I was doing, Rob, while you were doing your Xavier Collins thing. I looked at what we had for like corners on Arizona. We have fucking nothing. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go get Caleb
Butler, dude.
I'm gonna go get Caleb Farley, the corner from Virginia Tech, who I really like and think is just as good as Patrick Surtain.
But has injury problems.
Yes. All right, so
Sat
now
out this year because he had back surgery for the second time. And he tore his ACL in 2017.
Not a good thing.
But talent-wise, he's kind of like the Rob Gronkowski risk factor for a corner.
There we go.
If he stays healthy, he's going to be real good. If not,
look at that. Adjusting while going. All right, Jeff, you're out with the Raiders. 1 second.
The only problem with this logo
Here we
being
go.
over here is I can't remember all these picks in front, just so you know. Not even going to sit here and lie to you.
God damn it. All right.
No, wait, real quick. Colin, let's have him say a name and just be like, Taken.
Taken. Redo it. All right, here we go. Hold up a second then. Up. There we go. How about that?
So the Raiders. The Raiders here. I honestly, just because I don't believe this guy is the answer, just based off play and what I've seen, he's got a big enough chance. I really want to take Trey Lance here. I really do. But knowing the Raiders and actually what they've said as far as being all in, I repeat, all in for whatever reason, on Derek Carr, we're not going to go with him. So then I thought, I'm like, do we want to go with a lineman? I don't think there's a lineman high enough worth here. So we're going to switch to the other side of the ball here. We're going to go defense. And we're going to go with an inside linebacker. Some people have him as a safety. From Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Butchered your name. I apologize, but we're going with it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, on the screen that I have here, because I have a mock draft screen on my other screen, so I can like see the names and everything, and I can change it. Yeah, I couldn't even see the whole fucking name.
No, I like his ability to fly around. I think that's what the defense needs, especially with a guy that you can match up with Travis Kelce. That's what you got to think about. You've already been able to beat that team. You know, in the Chiefs, you've already been able to beat that, but that's who you have to continue to be. You need that guy that's kind of all over the place, that can run around, defend the run, cover the passing game, blitz when needed. I love the enthusiasm from Murphy in the background. Just saying, love it.
The Miami Dolphins are on the board, Rob. What are we doing?
Dude, if this guy falls this far,
yeah,
oh my God. Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
Micah Parsons, put him on the damn board. Linebacker, Penn State. The Dolphins are all about just getting more athletic, and don't think that the head coach who coaches linebackers isn't going to want the best linebacker on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus, this is.
Some say the best defensive player in the draft.
Yes.
Just hasn't played in the year.
He's gonna real quick talk about him. He's gonna be that guy that falls like the last Dolphins dude there, the tackle that ended up getting traded for a buttload of picks, and then the most recent what am I thinking here? Yes, and then the most recent one that just got traded for a lot of picks there, Orlando Brown, who ended up falling. He's going to fall because of character concerns, though, and it's going to happen.
This is the easiest fucking pick in the draft for me.
I mean, I'm saying it's going to happen. His athletic ability, his ability is there, and that can't be questioned. But there are going to be people, and they always do it. They overthink that stuff, and that is honestly why he's going to drop it this far in the draft. It's going to happen. Unfortunately for that kid, he's still going to be a first rounder, so it shouldn't. I mean, paycheck. Nowadays, it's pretty balanced in the first round, so it's not a huge deal. But that's the reason people that he is falling. I mean, he had a fight with a former teammate or something like that, and then something to do with a lawsuit he was named in against a coach, and for hazing. I mean, he's also
same article, same radio show. The guy said that a lot of GMs weren't impressed with the reasons Micah Parsons gave for sitting out this season because of COVID.
Fair enough.
A lot of people didn't like it.
Washington football team. It's Trey Lance.
Excuse you?
What?
Trey Lance. North Dakota State.
I don't like it.
So offensive tackle. Let's see. Offensive tackle right now, we got Tavon Jenkins from Oklahoma State. No, thanks. I'm good. Linebacker. Well, the linebacker I would have taken just went. Safety. Not yet. Corner. No. I'm going here. It's either here or I'm reaching and I'm getting Bateman.
Or you trade out.
Well, that's the. I mean, at this point, that's the thing, right? You said it within the 20s. They're saying that within the 20s, Trey Lance is going, right? This is at 19. So someone's going to be on the phone calling. And Washington, they're that weird team that somehow made it into the playoffs, shouldn't have made it into the playoffs, have a lot of needs. So at this point, you listen to every fucking phone call that comes in, and then you go, yes, that one. But if I'm just picking, I'm going Trey Lance, and I'm starting. And this is the Ron Rivera picked coach.
Why?
Who else do we have? Who do we have?
From Washington?
Yes.
do this to me. Don't do this.
Fitz magic.
Oh yeah, Fitzmagic gets to do it all over. He gets to do it all over again. He gets to teach up another kid.
He gets to start for 12 games.
He'll probably
be
go,
the better
he'll probably
QB,
go
and then
6
lose
and
his
2,
spot.
6 and 3 in the first 8 and 9 games, and then they'll be like, all right, we're gonna bench for the rookie. Let's go.
Dude, like,
And
he's
slightly missed the playoffs. He doesn't deserve that.
Fitzmagic isn't good in his 17-game system. We don't know this
The
yet.
only thing is, Jeff, Ron Rivera won't do that because he just did the opposite last year. He started the rookie and then brought in the 50-year-old Alex Smith
Yeah.
to finish the season.
See, so my
And also
only
this
issue there is that the Bears should be taking Trey Lance. That's my issue, really. Here.
Well, no, yes, I was gonna say that's the reason. Because you had that pick, slam dunked.
So now, because that you just stole Trey Lance from me, I got to build around this Bush League red-headed kid from Cincinnati. So we're going to go with a guy that's going to take, I forget the name of the gentleman that just retired, but they love these small type of guys in his offense. And we're going to go with receiver from Florida, Kadarius Toney? I don't know.
Yeah.
Toney.
So we're going to go with him just for the simple fact that Matt Nagy loves his little guys that can do it all. And, I mean, I think he's going to be a good fit for them. He can stretch the field, which they need. I don't know if they'll get him the ball, but that's not my issue. I'm getting stuff around him that he can do. He shouldn't be the starting quarterback, but unfortunately, here we are, guys. So, just so we know, that's where we stand. So,
Fair. Oh, by the way,
Carmel.
All right, Rob. Indianapolis.
The Indianapolis Colts will be the first team selecting a defensive tackle. They will get Alabama defensive tackle Christian Barmore. Big reason is because I thought they'd want to go with an offensive lineman, but I think it's too soon for the guard from USC. Not
Vera
too
Tucker.
soon for that still. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean Barmore's best defensive tackle on the board.
Definitely, it's not even close.
I really like him because, like I've said it before, he has the feel of a stereotypical Alabama defensive tackle, but for some reason it feels like he gets to the quarterback though, like the big man kind of D tackle, but he gets through.
Yeah, and he'll fit perfectly in the Colts 4-3 defense and all that stuff too.
Exactly.
So.
Tennessee Titans.
Here we go.
Tennessee Titans are going to select Greg Newsome II. I like picking guys.
Greg Jennings.
Cornerback from Northwestern. I feel like they need help in this category. It's kind of their biggest need right now, along with receiver as well. But I feel like let's be honest, they just need their receivers to block right now, and then every now and then go down the field and do stuff. So I feel like Greg Newsome is the best corner right now on the board. Because it's not Eric Stokes, it's not Kelvin Joseph. So we're going here, and yeah.
Okay, I can respect that.
Jets
Now,
are
guys,
on
now we have
the
another
board.
issue, though. I'm back picking the fruit and Jets again.
Who on my screen here says that the next need is a corner.
And so we're gonna stay in the same general vicinity as that corner, but we're gonna replace this Jamal Adams guy that we lost. Hopefully, obviously, you can't really replace him, but we're gonna do it. I don't know who you're oohing, but we'll find out.
That's who I think it is.
TCU
safety
Trayvon Moehrig.
I like this kid.
I would say I like him. Good flies around.
He almost feels like a Jamal Adams sort of like player.
And that's what I was gonna say. You're not gonna say he's a better Jamal Adams because Jamal Adams obviously proved it, but he plays the same role as Jamal Adams does. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think he needs to play up in the box as much as Jamal Adams does to be successful.
True.
Jamal Adams is benefiting off of playing in the box, off of coming off the edge,
Mhm.
off of you know what I mean. Where this guy can play back in the back end as well and do it as good as he did before. So that's
That's one of the ones I was talking about when we did the defensive rankings. Was with them having Morik, who could kind of do everything, and then they had, I can't think of what his name is now, and I feel bad about that. The other corner that they have, I wonder if I can just kind of position safety. TCU, Darius Washington. Darius Washington was the guy that was he was the center fielder. So when you have a center fielder and then Morig like that, you can kind of let him play around the box a little bit more. Does he need to? No.
Oh, sorry. Do.
All right, Rob.
Here
who
we
we
go.
got, Pittsburgh. I know who I want to take is Pittsburgh. Who do we got?
Pittsburgh Steelers will be taking. They're going to be the team that everyone says, stupid, you never draft a running back in the first round. But Najee Harris, running back from Alabama.
Not who I was actually
Ben
thinking.
Roethlisberger needs someone that he can hand the ball to, throw the ball to.
I hate it, but that's for other reasons.
But you hate it because of...
Yes, I hate it because of the fact that it's the Steelers getting Najee Harris.
He's a perfect fit for them. They can throw the ball quickly to him, and there's 9,000 pass that doesn't go past the line of scrimmage offense. They can hand the ball to him if they want to. It will be an easy season for Roethlisberger, maybe less hits, and it will also make it easy for when they draft a QB in the 3rd and 4th round to replace Ben Roethlisberger.
Agreed that they need to do.
Love it. So who we got?
I want to look at one thing real quick. All right. Jacksonville, 2nd pick. We're going to take Tevin Jenkins, OT from Oklahoma State.
Boo!
Okay.
No. Why?
They need someone. They need a tackle. They need linemen. Really. I just don't like Vera Tucker being kind of that guy who can play either inside or outside. I thought that when you watch film of him playing tackle, he looks bad, but when he's playing guard, he looks good. Tevin Jenkins is the beginning of the 2nd tier of tackles, in my opinion. So the Jacksonville kind of gets a nice little pick here in the late going of the draft with that. With him kind of just, everyone else kind of getting their needs and this guy just kind of being there. So just kind of a nice little, okay.
I mean, yeah, the Jags have so many needs. Like, I thought you were going to say when they need linemen, I thought you were going to say they need talent. Because they don't have any.
Yeah, I mean that too. I mean, like I said, I was looking down and I was just like, that's why I was looking down on their roster. They're all listed as offensive linemen, so they don't even have their actual OT, OG. So I'm just sitting there looking like it's like, oh, that's why they're just listed as O line. Got it. All right, Browns. What are we doing?
Browns. We're going to improve the defensive side of this ball because they decided that they wanted to show up on offense last year. I still don't think they're actually that good, but Rob does, so we're going to go with Rob here. And we're going to pick on the defensive side of the ball. They just brought in, what's his name?
Clowney,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go with defensive lineman, Alabama. Who we got, guys?
Christian Bamer's already been taken.
No, that's what we're going with. No, I'm just kidding. We're going Jalen Phillips.
Fuck you.
Miami.
You fucking.
Good pick.
Oh, I'm so fucking.
So we're going. I'm just saying, I mean, it's just, you have, and that's why I brought up Ngakoue. I'm not Ngakoue. Why am I saying, wow. Clowney. Because he's been bouncing around lately. I think he's a good player to still learn from, but the guy hasn't been producing sacks. Yes, I know you can measure it on getting after the quarterback and pressures and everything. It's just I want him to bring quarterback down, as everyone does. And I think this guy is going to be a great person coming off the edge. I apologize, Colin. You probably wanted him to go to Baltimore, but
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's just so that's where I'm going with, guys. Sorry, Rob. Did I have you going there a little bit? No, were you worried about it?
I thought you weren't paying attention to my pick. I was like, wow, how do we way to be rude?
Da 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 da.
What do you got?
All right, so yes, I'm pissed because I was gonna go Jalen Phillips here, because I really like Jalen Phillips, but instead I'm gonna flip around to the other side of the ball, and I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota.
Okay. Respect that, I guess. I get it.
Gives
Alright.
gives Lamar kind of a bigger receiver than the guys we have, and hopefully a better receiver than some of the ones we have. I just think that he will be better than he will be able to help elevate what we have because of the stuff that he can do. I feel like one, of course, Ravens passing offense is a fucking joke, first of all. But having a young, bigger receiver could help. Saints are on the board, Jeff.
I know, and I just don't know where I want to go with this pick.
I thought
I am
was
going
picking
to go.
the Saints.
No, you
What'd
got
you say?
you
I
got
thought I
Pat.
was picking the Saints.
Yeah, no, you're good. So sorry. We're messing it up here, so I can get back down to the Bills. And so I'm going to go, and this is a big reach, but I loved having that fifth-year option with quarterbacks. And this is a big reach, and the only reason I'm doing this is because he reminds me a lot of the guy that currently left the team. And the fact that he can't move. And we're going to go quarterback from Florida.
You're going Kyle Trask.
Quarterback from Florida. Trask. We're going with it. Because he can't move just like Drew Brees. And Sean Payton loves that in his offense.
I'm just saying, last year I had the Saints picking what the hell was the quarterback's name? Jordan Love, and you guys ripped me apart. Rob, I want you to rip him apart for that, sir. This is payback for last year.
What do you mean payback? What? They still had Drew Brees last year. Now we know that Drew Brees is out. What? Do you trust Taysom Hill? Do you trust Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston can see now.
Absolutely, I trust Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston can see. Did you see that fucking throw he made?
The three-pointer? I didn't know we were playing basketball.
Just hucking it down there, bro. That's all you need to do.
Gotta draft a quarterback eventually, and we're only doing the first round, so I wanted him to draft my quarterback. So that is why we're drafting Kyle Trask. He can move about as same as 40-year-old Drew Brees. His arm might be good.
I love how up until this point,
definitely isn't as good.
I love how up until this point we've kind of been a little bit serious with like our picks and like whether or not this team would do it instead of doing like, well, it's me being this team, so I'm picking this. Jeff throws it out the window as soon as he gets 2 picks left.
It's gonna be funny, guys. You know why? Because we're going off of when we're grading this, and I'm telling you guys this right now. We're going off of these players actually going to these teams, and Kyle Trask could go to the Saints, but it will not be in the first round. And I'm telling you that right now.
Oh my god! All right, Rob, you're on the board with the pack.
Rob, you were on the board. What do you got, buddy?
I'm going off kind of that same logic. I don't know if he'll be a first rounder, but he'll definitely be picked by them in the second round if he's there. But I did see a mock draft that had him sneak into the first round to the Packers. So with the 29th pick, the Packers will select cornerback Ifeatu Melifonwu.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right. I have seen him climbing boards.
Oh. Yeah.
Fanu.
He's he's a big corner, 6'3", had a really good senior week. So he's definitely someone I could easily see sneaking into the first round. But I'm interested to see it. But they did just sign Kevin King back, even though he misjumped on that playoff game and really effed them. But whatever.
Buffalo Bills.
I like the pick.
Wait, real quick, Jeffrey. I do want to just take a moment to welcome all Buffalo fans to the bottom of the first round, which is where good teams notoriously are, and I expect you guys to be there for a very long time. So welcome to the bottom of the first round, where all the players are way worse.
You don't get to go, which one of these top 5 players do I want?
Yes. So congratulations and welcome. Welcome.
Well, guys, it's good to be here. It's nice to be here finally, and I love the way this draft ticked up. And honestly, I'm hoping this guy didn't get drafted, because if he did, I'm gonna be really pissed. No, he obviously didn't get drafted. We're gonna go with the old home run hitter here, guys, from Clemson. What?
Mo Vaughn.
Oh.
Mo Vaughn, who you said?
You said home run hitter, Mo Vaughn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Home run hitter from Clemson, Travis Etienne to the Buffalo Bills. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. That's who it is.
Running backs in the first round.
This is wild.
I think that it's either, and that's, the Bills kind of alluded to it when I was watching one of their press conferences with their GM, and he made a comment about needing a player that could hit the home run or something like that. And it's just, I was like, yeah, that's why we're taking him. That's 100%. That's what we got here, guys. But seriously though, it's just, I think he is the kind of the missing piece that you need at running back. Obviously our receivers have shown that they can get in and out of the field, out of breaks. Obviously, with Stephon Diggs helps out, but I think that's going to be huge for them to get this guy that can take it out of the backfield. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, guys. I'm really loving this pick, and we're going to stay here a while. So just get used to us being down here at the bottom of this, okay, you guys? It's going to happen. We got Josh Allen, the MVP.
Da-da-da.
So.
Da-da-da. So
what do you got?
So really here, Baltimore 31. I'm assuming I don't believe we're gonna have both these picks. I think we're gonna trade one of them.
Both the picks, though, you said?
Yes, I don't think we're gonna have both. I think we'll have one or the other. I don't think we'll have both. I think we'll just have one of them by the end of the night. I've seen a lot of things saying Azeez Ujulari from Georgia. I personally do not like him. Therefore, we are going Landon Dickerson, center, from Alabama, because we've all seen how bad fucking the Ravens centers have fucking been in the last few years.
Not as bad as the Steelers in that playoff game.
Fair enough.
I love it. Love it.
But yeah, so I'm going Landon Dickerson. It adds another fucking just kind of, violent offensive lineman to that line. And now between the guards, you have Dickerson, you have Bozeman, Dickerson, and Zeitler. I like it. The final pick of the draft.
Of the 2017 NFL draft. Wait, we're not in 2017.
What do we got, Tampa?
Sarah, who should Rob pick?
Oh.
The final pick of his draft.
I don't know. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select edge rusher Greg Rousseau from the University of Miami.
Another team that should be looking at quarterback. I got some old guy down there, hasn't played anything.
Also, he
sir, they have Blaine Gabbert.
That is true.
Yeah, like I said.
I can't say anything now against that. They have Blaine Gabbert.
I love Blaine.
All right, so why Rousseau over some of the other ones, Rob, like Jason Awu or Azeez Ojulari?
First off, because the Florida connection. For some reason, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like getting people from Florida. It's really weird. And this kid's born and raised in Florida. But the big reason is because this kid is huge.
He's huge.
He's 6'7", 260. Guess what he ran at for his 40?
3-2.
You know?
4-6.
Come on.
4-6.
4. Yeah, I was gonna say 4-6.
Yeah, 4.61. 6'7" ran a 4.61.
That's fucking wild.
This dude will play perfectly right next to Ndamukong Suh out on the edge. Good luck.
Good.
I like it.
I do too. I like it. All right, there we go, ladies and gents. There is the 2021 NFL mock draft from the effing title.
Guys, real quick here, before we go on, I just want to point out the fact there's a lot of teams that need offensive tackles and corners, as we mentioned. I mean, those are kind of the two.
Not a great draft.
Yeah, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but that's why I was bringing this up, is because there's so many guys. I mean, they're older, but they can get you through a few years in those positions.
Yes.
You got Casey Hayward and Brian Poole are kind of the two top at the corner position. That are still available in free agency. Then you also have freaking the guys left for the offensive tackle. The guys let go by Kansas City. In Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher. And you also have Alejandro Villanueva.
Nope.
Who is still out.
No,
Did
he just signed with the Ravens.
He hasn't. He hasn't signed with them yet. But the deal is there. They're waiting until after the draft, so then it doesn't count against.
So yes.
Yeah. So he's a Raven.
It's still not gone yet. But he's still out there. You can change your mind all you want. I mean, there's a lot of people that have done that. So yes, he's agreed with one, but that doesn't. I'm not going to say he's actually got one. But then you also have Okung too.
Oh yeah.
So just throwing it out there that there's other options out there besides just
draft,
and people could definitely use this. So.
All right. There it is, ladies and gents. What do you guys think? How do you guys think we did? We'll be checking in after the post-draft podcast. We'll be checking in, seeing how we did, how teams did, hit a few teams, and talk about, kind of our best, our favorite moments of the draft. What do you guys think is going to be the steal and the bust of the draft? Let us know down in the comments down below. And as always, depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Still trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Just say bye to the people.
Good night.